Alright, so here is an example of a vector valued function. We're just going to try sketching one. We're going to use a couple of different approaches. For this one, we're going to use one approach, and for the next example, we'll use projections. So for this example, we have a given function, r of t, has three components, t squared, and t cubed. So the first thing to do with any vector function is to identify the components and label them. So here I'm going to label that x is t, y is t squared, and z is t cubed. These are our three component functions. Secondly, identify the domain. This can be really helpful for us. This is given to us, so that's great. And the third is going to be a little strange. I'm going to use two components to create a surface. And the third one will help me sketch the curve that travels along the surface. So here it goes. I'm going to choose x equal t and y equal t squared and I'm going to let z vary, right? So here we can rewrite this. We can eliminate t and write this as the function y equals x squared. Now note that in R3, this is actually a cylinder, right? Because z can take on any values. And this travels along the z-axis. And so it's actually a parabolic cylinder. So we can sketch our parabola y equals x squared. I'm going to try that on the 3D coordinate system I've drawn. So maybe it looks something like this on the xy plane. And this will travel along the z-axis because z can take on any values. So this actually is in fact a cylinder. Remember that in R3, when we only have two variables, we have a cylinder. So this is a parabolic cylinder. Imagine this thing is going up indefinitely. Now, t is greater than 0, so I'm only dealing with the piece of the cylinder that's going to be above the xy plane, because that means t cubed also has to be greater than 0. All right, so we have a cylinder here of some sort. Now we're going to take our other component, which is that z actually equals t cubed. That's a cubic function that depends on t. So let's just plug in some values. This cubic function is going to travel along the surface of our cylinder. Again, our cylinder is this parabolic thing, cylinder. And our curve, z equals t cubed, will travel along it. So I'm just going to plug in some values for t. So when t is 0, I'm plugging them back into our original vector function. That's going to give me the origin, 0, 0, 0. Let's put in when t equals 2. That's going to give me the vector that points to the vector whose head is 2, 4, 8. So here's 0, 0, 0. When t is 2, x is 2, y is 4, and z is 8. So it's going to be somewhere on the outside of our cylinder. So it's going to increase like that, and it's going to keep increasing, right? We have a cubic that is traveling along our cylinder. So think of our cylinder as, maybe I didn't have to cut it off that way, right? This is extended forever here. And our curve is traveling along the cylinder, and the curve looks like a cubic, z dependent on t cubed. So this is one way of sketching three-dimensional vector functions. We're going to look at a second way using projections.